Okay, this is a pretty short video. I'm just going to show you an example of how you'll use your knowledge about angles to figure out an angle measurement. Okay, so a baby heading for your notes are going to be missing angles, and I'm just going to show you how to work through one of those real quick, and you'll get more practice with this in class. But the example is what is the value of x. Now, when you're working with angles, and we're going to do more of this, I believe is in chapter 3, you are going to really have one of two options. You're either going to set the angles equal to each other, or you're going to add them together to equal something. Okay, and so right now these are the two angles that you have: 2x plus 21 and 4x. So you have to think, okay, are these types of angles that would be equal to each other, or are they type of angles that I'd have to add together to equal something? 180, 90, a given value, whatever. Well, if you notice here that these angles are across from each other. So how I think of this is you have two lines that form virtually an X, and that each of those angles are across from each other. So here 2x plus 21 is across from 4x. Well, we know that those are vertical angles. And so by definition, we know that vertical angles are congruent. Okay, remember that's one of the theorems that we just took notes on. So since we know that vertical angles are congruent, well, voila, all we're going to do is set those angles equal to each other. So once you set the angles equal to each other, well, you're trying to find the value of x. You just made yourself an equation, so guess what? You're going to solve that equation. So whenever you solve, you figure out that your x is either 21 over 2 if you're leaving it as a fraction, or 10.5 if you're more of a decimal person. So we're really going to start doing more of this type of stuff when we get to parallel and perpendicular lines. But for right now, this gives you a general idea of how finding missing angles would work given the diagram. So again, we're going to do a lot of practice with this in class tomorrow. So yeah, but that's the end of this video. Your videos are pretty short for this section because a lot of it's just proofs. So I will see you on tomorrow. What am I saying? Okay, goodbye.